Late Night Lori from Lori's Little Bit of Craftin. Let's see if we have sound. I rebooted my phone, but I'm not sure if it's capturing on my iPad. All right, looks like we're good to go. I just may not be able to follow comments. Oh, there we go. It just caught up. So there's a little bit of a delay. So welcome. Laura's Little Bit of Craftin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Stampin' Up! Likes it when I say that. When you join in the conversation tonight, let me know where you're joining from. Feel free to comment along the way. I'm going to do a little casing again. It's been kind of a quiet week audience-wise, so I don't know, maybe folks just don't like thinking about February already or what the deal is. So let's go through a couple of quick announcements and we'll see if anybody jumps on with me. Otherwise, I'll just keep going and it'll probably be a quick night. So I've got my January schedule here. Monday, make the most of your Monday. If you're local to me, come on over. We'll have open studio time starting at 2 in the afternoon. I'm in Wisconsin, so keep that in mind. If you're not local, it might be a little bit of a commute. Wednesday next week, we've got Coffee and a Card at Cat's Coffee House. Again, that's for people that are local to me. I'll come back to this in a second. We've got On Stage, which is a demo-only event. This one is going to be in Long Beach, California. Hope I'll see you there. Try to find me if you do come. If you are a demonstrator and haven't decided if you're going, Friday is the last day to get registered. So last I heard, there was still space available. There were still hotel room blocks available for the days of the conference. If you try to go before or stay longer, it may show that the room blocks are full, but contact the hotel to see if you can just extend your days either way. But January 16th is the last day to get registered, so don't miss out. This is an awesome event. We have got a virtual card retreat coming up. This is next week also. There's a lot of things coming up all at once. So January 22nd and 23rd, there's a virtual card retreat. This is a 4-purchase retreat kit. You can order the kit from me. It's number 170023. And I'm at latenightlori.stampinup.net. And that's where you can find all the Stampin' Up! Updates on promotions and bonuses and all the news and projects and whatnot. So, where was I? Excuse me. This virtual card making retreat, we're going to be doing 15 advanced level cards basically as a masterclass from the folks at Stampin' Up. It's going to run 2 days. This is Mountain Time, so 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. If you're local to me and are buying the kit and would like to do a watch party with me, let me know and I will have the studio open for you. I plan on opening around 2 o'clock here anyway, even though it won't start until 3 p.m. our time. And we may or may not go until 10 p.m. Depends on energy level, and it's late. So if you don't want to stay that long, that's fine. But let me know if you're ordering the retreat kit, because the parts and pieces I have in my kit is enough for my kit, not enough to share or recreate for other projects, all right? We also have bonus days going on. Bonus days is an awesome deal. For every $50 purchase from now through February 2nd, you can earn a $5 coupon. So every time you purchase up to $50 before tax and shipping, you earn a $5 coupon to use next month. You can earn as many as you want in a single purchase, multiple purchases, it doesn't matter. As long as you purchase by February 2nd, you can accumulate coupons. All right, and you can turn all your coupons in on a single purchase if you want. All right, so if you order $100 worth, you're going to get $10. If you order $150, you're going to get $15 back. Plus, you're still going to get Stampin' Rewards. So it's a double bonus, basically. So you need to redeem them. I lost my train of thought there for a second. So from February 3rd to February 28th is when you can redeem these. So once you make your qualifying purchase, you will get an email with your coupon code or codes. Don't lose that email because that's got your codes, and you can copy and paste them into your order page to reduce your total order for February. Okay, so I'm calling this the Earn 'em and Burn 'em Club. So earn 'em through February 2nd, burn 'em before February 28th. Okay, if you've got questions about that, let me know. We also have Product of the Month. So this is a new program that Stampin' Up! Started in December. And December's Product of the Month was a pack of 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. It was called True Blue Florals. It was fun paper to work with. I think I only have one full sheet of paper left and a bunch of little scrappy pieces. This month it is a stamp set. And I really like this fun casual script for these sentiments. I like the block letters too, but I really like that scripty, that casual script. All right. So the way Product of the excuse me, the way Product of the Month works is that you need to have a $75 qualifying purchase. So if you've already done your $50, if you find something else for $25, you know, totally get some adhesives or paper or something, once you get to $75, you can add this product for just $5. You can get the December product if you have not already received it. But if you want both the December and the January, you have to have separate $75 purchases. So if you've got questions on that, let me know about that too. And I think the last thing we've got, let me go back out a little bit here, is Paper Pumpkin subscriptions. Now, if you're not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you need to think about doing that because they are great kits that have everything in that you need to create, let's say, 9 cards, or sometimes it's treat packaging. And if there's a stamping set in there, you'll get an ink spot. Your first time you'll get a Paper Pumpkin acrylic block. All right. You also have then access to refill kits, past kits, add-on items. Sometimes, like around the holidays a couple of years ago, there was an add-on pack of specialty cards and envelopes that were larger. They were like a 5x7 size, I think, or 4x6. I think that they were 5x7. They were bigger cards. Hey, Juju, welcome. I'm not sure if MacMan's still on or not. But there's also add-on dies that come, it's a quarterly add-on die. Here's just a sample of what the dies this month are. So you've got that postage stamp size rectangle. You've got the beautiful font. And I need to point out, somebody at Stampin' Up! Was thinking ahead because the dot for the I is attached to the T and the T is attached to the F, so you don't have any floppiness going on. So that's really nice too. And then there's the tulip. So you've got the stem and the flower. The flower actually comes in 2 pieces. So you kind of have the top piece of the tulip and then the back piece of the tulip. So it's really cute. And, you know, I would put like some embellishments on here too, but I just wanted to use the dies so that you could see how it works out. So if you are not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, and if you subscribe with me before the new subscription period closes, which is February 10th, I will put you in a drawing for a free set of these dies. Those are only available to Paper Pumpkin subscribers, so yay if you decide to subscribe. So we have a new catalog, and we are going to work again on this Made with Love suite. I figure if I don't get all of these things done in February, I probably won't get them done in time for Valentine's Day. Now, I'm working on a Galentine's event, and I'm planning it tentatively for Friday, February 13th, for those of you local to me. We'll see how it works, because I figure if couples are going out for Valentine's Day, they may do it on Saturday, which is actually the 14th. So we'll see if Valentine's Day on the 13th works. I can't do it the weekend before because I'm not going to be around. And that whole week before, I'm not sure exactly how things are going to work with my lives, because we're going to be with family for a week. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see. So there'll probably be a lot of game playing and late nights, and I just don't know how my videos will go. But anyway, plus I have to get some treats done for our granddaughter so she can take them to school before Valentine's Day, so that I don't lose track of time with her. I don't want to, because we only see her every other weekend. So hopefully we'll get some of this stuff done this weekend with her, so I don't have to worry about it. So anyway, let's get down to business. So we have cased this card. Hopefully you can see that. Maybe I'm still zoomed in a little tight. So we have cased this card. All right. So we did that one. A little bit different. Our Valentine's, I actually used the dies and some adhesive sheets. We moved the happy and the day around a little bit. And I think that's it. I don't think we did anything else crazy on it. Oh, we did put some ink blending around the edge of that card base as well. Okay, so we cased that card. And then last night I cased this card. And, you know, the one I did looks pretty similar, actually. I don't know that I did a whole lot different except the embossed layer on the back. To me, this almost looks like they may have embossed on the card base itself, or they made the card front 4.5 by, or 4.25 by 5.5. I don't know. Hello, Susan. And you are still camping with your daughter, correct? You fell asleep last night, Juju. I know, that's all right. I think Yuta said she was falling asleep too. So it was a quiet bunch last night. If you want to see how it came together, just put it on and fast forward and or speed it up or whatever. But we did this card too. It was pretty basic, but I do think I might like it better with the stripes, which is why I did the stripes. The hearts would have been cute too, but I just wanted to do something a little bit different. So we might do something with that heart layer as well. So tonight I thought we would turn the page and go and do this card. And we might do this one. That one will be pretty quick, maybe. We'll see. But first off, I need to clean out. I don't know that I'll need that. Get that done. I did cut out a couple of other pieces that I hung on to, but I don't know if you're familiar with the Take Your Pick tool. Obviously is like my favorite tool, right? Because I've got, I don't know, at least 7 of these things. But I also have the extra, yeah, Susan, I thought you said you had a week with your daughter, so that's cool. So there are some extra pieces. So there's a rotary wheel that cuts a perforated line, and you can make it go all curvy. There's also a craft knife, and this is the tip that I took out of here. So that's the spatula and the point that comes with the tip, or with the Take Your Pick tool. But this one has like a weeding tool, and it has a smaller pokey tool. So I am actually going to use the weeding tool to clean this stuff out, because I didn't do that yesterday. So I used some frog tape yesterday. That may not have been the best idea. I don't know. It held my little squares on really nicely, but now I have to kind of pick it out a little bit more to get everything off of here. But at least it comes off pretty easy. And there's a little bit of layer here too. I'm not sure what that's from. I wonder if that's from my adhesive paper or something. I may have to get some tweezers and clean that out later. I don't know, we'll see. But we're going to cut out the love. And I have some cardstock ready to go. Actually, we're cutting out the hello, I'm sorry. I've got some designer series paper ready to go with adhesive sheets on it already. So we'll do that. And I am just going to be putting small squares on here for the letters that I need, not over the whole sheet. So I have a bunch of pieces ready, and I'm going to explain that in a minute. I got a little bit of a mess here because I was prepping ahead of time. Oh, and I guess I didn't say what day we were going for. I'm recording this as if it happened Wednesday, January 14th, 11:59 p.m. because I was getting my phone set up then. It just took a little while. So the sample has us doing the hello in the polka dots, but I thought it might be fun to do it in the hearts too, because we're going to have hearts on our background. So we'll see. But we need the hello. So we're going to do H, E. There's two L's. So those will fit all on one. And an O. All right, so rather than tape these down tonight, what I'm going to do is see if this will work. I'm going to take my top plate and I'm going to put the plate on here with the die cuts up. And then my cutting plate, I'm just going to put like this. Oh, that didn't work. I can see they're moving. Let's try this again and see if I can get it to work, because I've done it before. H-E-L-L-O. I need the H. Where we just lay this right on here and then just flip it and put it through the die cutting machine. So let's see if it works. And it worked. All right, so let's go ahead and poke these little babies out of here. And we'll see how that one looks. And then we'll clean all this little debris off out of here right now. And then we'll see if we like this one. All right. Oops, I guess the H didn't work. I cut off part of the H. Or did I have two of them? No, I must have lost part of it. That one must have moved. All right, so let's try the H again. And I guess I'll tape that instead of trying to flip it. I might have just lost it too. But we have it now for sure. It looks like I might have had part of it. Oh well. So Juju, how was work tonight? Today, not tonight. I saw you were live. I was on there for a little bit, but didn't comment because I was putzing with some of this stuff. We're gonna hang on to that. right. So let's get rid of that debris. And then let's go ahead and start stamping those hearts. And I do have the hearts on a block already. Busy, but so it was better than the last couple of days have been, I take it. And this is flirty, no, this is strawberry slush. So let's get strawberry slush. We're gonna do, I was thinking of doing tone on tone, but we might wanna do red or Poppy Parade. Let's get a sample and see how it looks. Because now I don't know what color I want. Sometimes, all right, I can knock on my wooden door. We'll knock on wood that'll stay. There, did you hear that? I don't use the Q word, so we'll knock on wood that it stays very manageable for you. Oh, and I cut off part of the L too. All right, so flipping these didn't work. I'll have to tape it on next time. I'll do the L in a minute. All right, so let's just try this out and see. So this is with Poppy Parade. I kind of like that. And that might be what they did this with. So let's clean this off and see what it looks like. So they're done with their holiday break, huh? Or their winter break, whatever they call it. In college, I don't remember. It's been too long since my son was in college. So that's strawberry slush. This paper is strawberry slush, and this was Poppy Parade. I don't really see a whole lot of difference. So should we go the darker? The strawberry slush seems to actually be giving it a darker color. Yeah, see, our technical college where I used to work, where I still teach the CPR classes, yeah, the strawberry slush, they went back last week, I think. So they've already been back in session. All right, so let's do the strawberry slush. And we're just gonna stamp this kind of around the edge. So you can see, hopefully you can see on the sample, there's some hearts around here. And normally I would put my piercing mat underneath here, except I have 2 layers of cardstock because I've already got this base cut. So there's already 2 layers. So I'm using that as my buffer layer. And I'm just trying to leave it on there long enough so that I get a good image with it soaking up that ink. And I'm trying to move them around a little bit so it doesn't look like they're just all in a row. We want it to look a little random. And part of this won't be seen. That probably will be, but maybe we'll put, oh, I don't know. I probably should have stamped a little closer to there, but we'll see how it looks and if I need to fix anything. And Susan, did you and your daughter have a nice relaxing day by the lake? Go over the edge. Still no fishing, I take it. You're just doing your walks in the sand and taking in the sights. Normally I wouldn't have this take quite so long, but there's a lot of hearts going on here, so All right, now I'm thinking I need a little bit of heart there. So I'm gonna take a Post-it note and I'm gonna try to just go right about there. Whew, that worked. That worked. I got lucky. All right, I think we're done with the strawberry slush for now. All right, so the next thing I needed to play with is the white layer on here that we're going to put all of our things on. And it was a little bit challenging because I couldn't quite get the ratio I wanted. So, you know, we've got these perennial postage dies, and there is the big outline, kind of a medium size outline, and then a bunch of smaller ones. And I thought, well, it doesn't look like it's the biggest one because the biggest one cuts out like the whole front, right? So then I went to the next size and I cut that one out. And that didn't seem like it was the right ratio either because it might have been. It almost looked like it was closer to the sides. Oh, this is the one that I did cut down. Let me find the one I didn't. So here's the full size one from that. I cut that one down too. Anyway, when I did even the smaller size, it seemed like it was too big. So I ended up taking part of the layer off. How did I do it? This one here. That's not the right piece. I tried to take some off, I think, of the big one. So what I ended up doing, we'll just back it up. This one seemed like it was getting too small again. So what I did was I took the big die, I cut it out, and then I moved my die over to make it just a little narrower, right? And then when I put it on, it still seemed like it was too long. So I moved the die down and cut off another piece. So I really customized this piece by cutting off the extra pieces, the extra width and the length. So it seemed like a little putsy. This one might have worked, but I wasn't happy with how it looked. So there. And then I tried to use the die from the Paper Pumpkin add-on kit, and of course that's way too small, so that didn't work. So I think, so you can see these are all different sizes, and I just used a couple of dies. But I thought I would keep this for a frame, because we might be able to use that for another card. All right, and these pieces I'll hang on to because they might work too. So we've got this. What we're going to end up doing is stamping love on here. We're going to stamp sending you. We're going to put our hello on here. Although I have to do another L. I should probably do that quick so I don't forget and stick on the wrong one, right? So let's find, see, to try to, you try to take a shortcut, and haste makes waste, they say, right? So Juju, if I do a Zoom team meeting, what day of the week would work best for you? I was wondering if a Sunday might work for folks. like a Sunday afternoon maybe. All right, so there's the L. We'll get rid of that one. All right. And then these, the sample has them in different colors, but I already have these ready. So we're using all the same color. It is what it is. This will end up going up on dimensional, so I want to make sure that I stamp it first. And we are going to do Sunday's Good. Awesome. So if we did like 2 o'clock our time, would that work? I want to try to get it when we can have people available. I don't know that we'll cover a whole lot, but chit-chatty time. So I was thinking, and I have it on my tentative schedule, I was thinking the 25th. So we'll see. All right, I'll try to get an email out. I don't think I have anything else going that day. Sometimes I have a group class on Sundays, but usually not the last Sunday of the month. So, all right, so that'll go there. So let's figure out, I think that might be bubble bath. No, I think let's stamp on some samples because I am not sure what color I want. So let's just stamp on one of these. I'll just put that there. It looks like, it's hard to tell when it's just in the catalog. So we're gonna do the sending you first. Let's get a better image. So I'm not sure, let's try the bubble bath. All right, so pencil it on your calendar. We'll see how it goes. Bubble bath is way too light. That's got to be, the love has to be in strawberry slush. This looks more red than pink. Let's see what the Poppy Parade looks like. Looks like it went all over the floor. And a little on my finger. All right, so I don't think we want Flirty Flamingo. Bubble Bath was too light. This is Poppy Parade. See, that looks pinker to me than what is on here. I wonder if I missed one of the colors from the paper. Bubble Bath, Flirty Flamingo, Poppy Parade, Real Red, and Strawberry Slush. No, I got them all. All right, we're just going to have to decide. That looks more pink. But, you know, they may have done, sometimes what happens is when the colors are a little off in the catalog, it's because they were working off of, like, computer-generated colors before they had all the papers. And sometimes on the computer, when they transfer it into whatever they do to print, it doesn't quite work the same. So I think we'll just use, I wonder if there's another pink that I could grab. Let's see what Pretty in Pink looks like. Maybe they used a color that's not even in the paper. I think I like that. So this is Pretty in Pink. And let's see if we can get this to grab some ink a little bit better. I'm going to put a little Versamark on here. And just let that set for a little bit. That's kind of a sticky ink. So let's go back to our card. And I'm just going to take this piece off. Let's get our Pearson mat in here. And I'm going to move these hearts over here. I don't want to lose them because I might use them. All right, so let's do, the hello is going to be somewhere around here. So we'll do Sending Love. Try to make sure that's nicely inked. For some reason that's getting all bubbly for me. I wonder if my ink pad actually has too much ink. Let me rinse this off and let's start fresh. It seems kind of bubbled, almost like there is too much ink on here. That may just be the effect that we get. I think there might be too much ink on there. I may have to do another sheet of this. I don't know. We'll see. Because I think if I do this again, it's a little bit better, I guess. All right, and then let's do Love. And where's my chamois? We're gonna do that in the Strawberry Slush. And that'll go right about here. And hopefully, even though I've got some extra ink in between, if I don't press too hard, hopefully it'll work. Sorry, I got my hair in there, huh? Got part of my head in there. That's what happens when you try to look over and your camera's there. Okay, that worked out all right. Got too much stuff going on here. So now I think we can put these other elements on here. And I did put, I think I mentioned, I put adhesive sheets on these ahead of time. And I also put adhesive sheets on the back of the reverse side, so we would have options, but I don't even think I considered that. Hopefully these will be centered enough, otherwise I'll have to try to lift them and move them. I'm trying not to press them down too hard just yet. Now I think I mentioned, I don't know, yesterday maybe, that I like casing the cards out of the catalog because in person they always seem much cuter than how they turned out in the book. And I think that worked out all right. Oh, I need to move the H up a little bit. I think that's pretty good. And then we'll do our X's and O's. And these are just dies out of yeah, Endless Love dies. That's those. So I think what I should do with this one is probably leave the outside ones there first and then do the inside to try to keep them centered a little bit. I had to use more super glue on my thumb too today. It's that time of year. It's pretty cold out by us again. Our January thaw, I think, is over. We had some really nice days. I think it was in the 50s yesterday. Yeah, I use a ruler sometimes. Usually I just eyeball it. Because invariably when I put a ruler down, I move it and then it ends up crooked anyway. And I even have cork on the back of it, so it kind of hangs on. But then I can't see, like here, to do the ruler, I'd have to try to line it up on those side pieces because I can't see the bottom of that paper. So it just kind of throws me. See, now that one seems a little lower, so maybe I tucked it under too far. There's always some kind of struggle. And I figure if it's a little crooked, at least they know it was handmade. Now these need to get moved in a little bit because I obviously wasn't paying attention to where they were lined up. Maybe a little bit more. Good enough. So I guess just those. All right, let's. And I can get this out of the way. And we can pull this back in. Now we can kind of load this up along the edges and in the center because there's nothing else going on top of here. Everything is on that base. Some of these I've cut in half. Some of them I'm just working around the edge just because I don't like to waste them. And then I just have to find the right take your pick tool that's just got the little pointy tip here. How's your take your pick tool working out for you, Juju? Nice. Oops, let's not lose those little hearts. So then on the inside, what I think I'll do is, no. Let's just find this other piece and we can put that in there. I wonder if I'll ruin it. I just want to have it really light. And then we can still write on top of that with whatever we want it to be. So let's go ahead and attach that in there. And I could even put a few of those little hearts in there. And it actually, to me, it seems like I need something else on the front of here. And these little embellishments are really fun. I don't think I burnished that fold. So let's put a couple of little, let's see. Well, I don't want lips and envelopes. I want pink hearts and darker pink hearts. I think that'll work. So we'll just put a little dot on here, dot there, a dot there. And I'm going to let those dry just a little bit until that glue dot gets translucent. And then I'll pop those hearts on. All right. So that'll kind of be similar to how it looks. Pretty much the exact same card. Oh, except we did these all in the same color instead of the lighter pink for the hugs. Alrighty, let's do, I'm just gonna set this up here. And I wanna do this other card. Isn't it cute? I like it too. I think this one's probably my favorite so far though. You might have missed me. I sewed around there with a real needle and it worked. All right, so this one, where is my brayer? My silicone brayer is somewhere. I had it out. I'm going to get some of these things put away here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, those can go away. I'm just doing a quick little head count here. Snips. My brayer is probably like right in front of my face and I can't see it. Here it is. Nope, that's not it either. Well, for goodness sakes, what did I do with it? Maybe we won't do that card if I can't find my brayer. Oh, for goodness sakes. All right, let's clean up some of this stuff. You thought you dreamed that I lost my brayer? I had it out last night. And I wiped it off. I remember having it out, but what did I do with it? We will try another technique. Were you here for the kissing technique? Oh, the sewing. Oh, there's the cover to my snips. All right, I'm gonna move all this paper. Because I brought out all, oh, there it is. Found it. Whew. All right, let me entertain you. Now let me get my stuff cleaned up a little bit. Oh, and then these little hearts went flying because I wasn't paying attention. All right, don't let me forget to bring those back. The sewing on this one wasn't that bad. I did use the thick basic white, and these circles are probably better suited for the needle that I used than the flat slits, I think is what we had before. I don't remember. All right, so let's get a white card base. So we've got 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. We're going to burnish that, and then we're going to do a layer. And I think I was going to use this actually for a stencil. Let's get a new piece of paper because it looks like I used them all. And I just moved my hearts all over the place too. Pardon my reach. All right, so let's cut this down to 4 1/4 by 5.5. No, 4 by 5 1/4. And then let's go ahead and get the embossing folder. So I think I'm going to work right on top of here because then you can see. And I'm not going to bring in Bossy Bessie onto the table anyway. I've got her on a little cart. Seems to be working a little bit better. Most everybody that's on here knows how to emboss with the machine. So what we're going to do here is on the front of our embossing folder, we're going to open it up and we are going to ink on this side. No, we're not. We're going to ink on this side. We're going to ink on the back because these are going to be dented in. They're not going to be raised hearts. And we're going to use, I think we're going to do Poppy Parade. Now there's a couple ways you can do this. You can take your ink pad and you can swish it over your embossing folder. But the problem with that is some of the foam is going to go in and you're going to get parts on your embossing folder inked that you might not want inked. So when I use my brayer, the Stampin' Up! One has feet here so that when you set it down, it doesn't touch your tabletop or your paper. So make sure you flip it up before you start getting ink. And then you want to lift and press down, lift and press down so that you're getting it all the way around your brayer. And this is silicone. And then what I'm going to do is ink this up. So let me put, you can kind of see where we've got it all inked up, right? So you can see just that background design. And I'm going to just pick up a little bit more ink and do it again for good measure. Because I saw some of the hearts didn't have full coverage on them. And that's going to probably have to be enough. Because I see one there that doesn't have full coverage either, but it's going to have to be good enough. Now if I flip this over, I can set it down and we're good to go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my layer right in here so that I can line it up. And I want this row of hearts, if you can see them, I kind of want that in the middle. So I'm kind of looking at the hearts that are here along the bottom to line it up. And then when I close it, I lost track of it for a second there. Let's try this again. I'm just having a rough night hanging on to things. When I close it again, usually I try to pinch kind of at the top. And now that's the design we're going to get. So I'm going to run it through the machine. And if you have the Stampin' Up machine, you only need the base plate and plate number 4, because this is a 3D embossing folder. So let me get this out of the way for now. So there's our layer, and this just goes right under the water. And it cleans right up. So I've shown that before, so that's just rinsed. No soap or anything, no rubbing. And it comes clean really easy. All right, so this is gonna go here. Now we need a couple of pieces of, looks like Flirty Flamingo. So we can die cut these hearts. Now I have the heart out already. And then we're gonna stamp on the heart. All right, let me just move this off to the side. So we're gonna stamp on the heart with, I thought I had that stamp on a block. Here it is. All right. Now I was thinking there is a die that gives us the design, which is this, right? And I thought, well, that goes there, but it's a different heart, because when we have this die and cut out the heart, it doesn't match up. All right, so to copy this, we need to stamp on here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead with the Poppy Parade, and we're gonna stamp 2 hearts on here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cut those out. Because now that will match up with the hearts. All right, give me a second here. All right, there's heart number 1. This one doesn't want to quite line up for me. All right, heart number 2. And then let's bring in my card base. What did I do with my card base? Here it is. All right, so these are going to go right here on dimensionals. And I'm going to put the dimensionals just on the outside. This one I can put all 3 of them on. And then this one I'll just put a little bit of glue on. And that can go here. Oh, I suppose it would help if I took the backings off. Those dimensionals might stick a little bit better. And then we're going to get some, looks like bubble bath. And we're going to stamp hugs and kisses on it. Today and always. I guess I need to pull that one off. And let's see, we'll go back to Poppy Parade again because it seems like that's kind of dark. That looks pretty good. And then we'll just trim that off. Now this was a full-size card base that I had ready, so I may end up using that for a fun fold. So this will go on here. And that looks like it's just glued to me, or standard adhesive. I'm just going to use some Stampin' Seal. That'll be easy. But then, before I lay it down, do we need some ribbon or anything around there? It looks like it needs something. I don't know if that helps or not. These aren't my ribbon snips. Paper snips don't always work really well with ribbon. I just think it needed a little something extra. And I'm just going to change the shape of this because I can. And I'm using the corners as kind of my template so I can see where I need to cut so that they'll all be about the same size. And if you have odd angles that you're doing like that, basically all you have to do is take it and rotate it or flip it to get them to be the same. That looks pretty close. I think that looks a little bit better. Those corners then kind of follow the heart. We got a little bit of ribbon going on there. And let's go ahead and put a couple of dimensionals on this. Now, normally I would say that the raised side is what I would want up. And you could certainly brayer that. But then you run the risk of getting the marks in between, right? Of course, part of that's because I have stuff on the front. But there's a couple of different ways that you can use the... I got my catalog inked. Oh well. All right, so let's put this up on dimensionals, and we are going to be about done. I just need to pull in that other card and finish putting those little hearts on, and we'll be good to go. Now I'm not putting a dimensional in the center of this card at all because that's where the hearts and the sentiment are. So we don't want double dimensionals. And card base. So that one's pretty cute too, but I think I may add a couple of hearts in a couple of these places where the ink didn't go as deep as I like it. And I might add some other embellishment on there. We'll see. So there's that card. That was pretty simple. Quick and easy-ish. So let's pull this one back in. And go ahead and just pick these up and set them on the glue dot or the blob of glue. And since it's translucent, it doesn't give me a squishy gluey mess. All right. So that's another way if you struggle with green glue or with the multi-purpose liquid glue, that's how you can fix it. Is just put it on there, let it set a little bit, and you're good to go. So there's our 2 cards for tonight. Thanks for hanging out with me, even if you're sleeping. It's been kind of quiet. Juju, you're the only one that was chit-chatting. I don't know if we lost Susan because Susan's relaxing. So that's all I have for tonight. Thanks, Juju. They are cute. Very cute. But, you know, that's kind of what we expect from the artisans and the designers at Stampin' Up, right? All right, so Juju, I think you need to get to bed, right? Since you have a, what, 4 a.m.? Do you have a 4 a.m. wake up time? You've only got a few hours to sleep. So I'm going to say goodnight. Thanks for hanging out with me. Juju, get a few hours of sleep. Thanks for hanging in there with me. I appreciate it. And until next time, happy crafting. I'm glad you got a nap in. Sleep good.